The gun you're seeing today is available on the DAI Leisure website. Thank you for watching. Hello ladies and gentlemen, you join us today. It's test and review day for our AT44/10 by Hatsan. We'll do what we normally do here with our tests, 23 metres away. We'll be doing the 135 test first. First card, there's 5 small targets. You need to get your 5 shots in the red on that one. Then the second card, standard target, 5 shots in the number 10, and that will give you 100 points off those first 2 cards if you do. Our third card is called the rings, the top row large rings. If you get inside those first 4 at the top there are 5 points each. That will give you 20 points for those. And then there's the small shot, which we call our bonus shot, and that's worth 15 points, giving you the top score of 135 if you can do it. Now, we say anything over 110 is a pass. After we've done our accuracy test, we then go to Chronograph and we see how he does over the Chronograph. So it's all very much go for the first part of this video, and then the last part we'll review the gun and see what we actually think about it. This gun is matched with H&N filled trophy pellets. It's already been through its pellet testing, so we know which one matches it the best. Let's get it out there, let's see how it does today. Okay, first shot, here we go. First shot, just below the 10 I think. Shot 2. Just below again. Shot 3. Low, but he's in. Shot 4. Lovely. Shot 5. Perfect. Now on to our second card. Nicely right in the middle of the 10, that is. Shot 2 is good. We're out of pellets, so we'll get a new magazine in there. Last one, can you get it? Yeah, so that's his first 2 cards gone. We'll get the scores from that and get our card 3 set up. Okay, you got 98 points off that first card. Bit unlucky with that as well, by the way. I will point out that I had zeroed this before we started, but his first 2 shots were still low. If it had been zeroed a bit better, he wouldn't have missed that. So just bear that one in mind. Okay, the rings, here we go. Good one. Yeah. Yeah. As you can see, the gun's very accurate. Now the big one for the bonus now. Got all those. Just. So it'll go away today with a 133, which should have been a 135. So well done to the Hatsan. We'll get it set up now for its chronograph. We know accuracy is good. I said, as I say, he had a 133, but that should have been a 135 if the tuning would have been a bit better by myself. I had got it zeroed spot on, but for some reason, in between the following shot that came, which was the first one on there, it just dropped a little bit. But now it's zeroed back on again. Now it's spot on perfect. So Well done to the Hatsan. He does get a 133, but I will say I think it should have been a 135. Okay, let's get some chronography done. Shot 1, see what we get. 230, doesn't seem too bad. Shot 2, 232. Shot 3, 232. Shot 4, 233. We're raising up in power. And shot 5, 230. So between 233 and 230 in there, so we'll go 232 to give it a chance, and we'll see what that comes out now on our calculator. Okay, the scores on the doors are in. Our projectile weight in this case is the field target trophy. They're 8.4 grains. Our energy, which we did in metres at 2.32, when it was put down into feet per second, that gave us 761.1 feet per second. That gave us a power output of 10.81, so just slightly underneath the 11 foot-pound mark where we like to be, and gave us 14.55 joules. So not bad. That's fine. That's perfect for where it needs to be. So that's the chronograph done. Shall we get over now to reviewing the gun? Okay then, ladies and gents, it's review time of our Hatsan AT44/10. Well, it's done well, accuracy wise. I think this is a 135 gun, to be honest with you. I really do. One thing I have found out with the gun through owning it for about a week or so is if you over pressurise the gun, the first couple of shots can be absolutely anywhere. The maximum fill I would take this gun to is about 175 bar. It does say it can go up to 200. They say to do it to 190. I wouldn't go anywhere near that. I'd stick to about 175, 180 maximum, because if you do overfill it, it seems to have a very big fluctuation, especially this one that we've got in air, and the accuracy is all over the place, to be quite honest with you. So I would leave it at around 175 for filling it up. That's one thing that I've noticed. Now, you'll notice all the way through this, every time I cock the gun, I have to take the safety off. If that's going to annoy you, don't have the gun, because it is every shot. It's very much like the Walther Rotex RM8s. The Walther Rotex we've got in has had this thing taken away. I'd love it took off this, to be honest with you, because I do find it a bit annoying having to take the safety off after every cock of the gun. Some people may like it for safety reasons, some people not, but it's not for me, I'll be honest with you. Another thing I've noticed with this, as you may notice, I wear spectacles. My eyes are not the best, but I do really struggle to see the manometer on this. It's right at the end of the gun, just below the silencer there, but it's not the most brightest. It's quite a small item, and it is very hard to see how much air you have in. If I was out and about somewhere, I'd really struggle with this. I'd need my other set of specs or a magnifying glass, I think. So another thing to look out with this. It seems like I'm running the gun down. I'm not by any stretch of the imagination, because this gun is a good gun. Accuracy wise, it was bang on. The power wise, it's just a bit lower than we would like it, but it's around the mark. It's nothing you'd worry about. Like, I've been noticing that when I do the 175 bar fill, I probably get about 60, maximum 70 shots, and then it's dangling near to wanting a fill up. So you don't get a massive amount of shots with it, but it is the 177. You probably get a few more in 2.2. Now, whether this gun is like the other guns in the Hatsan range that need to sort of stay about 175, because if you go over that they go a bit funny, I don't know. But in the pellet test, if you've watched the video for the pellet test of this gun, the first couple of shots were at an 190 bar fill, and it was all over the place. I couldn't get it to settle down. It took me about 20 shots to get it to come back and settle down to where it would its actual accuracy, and I could use it. And some of the pellets didn't really suit it at all, so it can be a touch pellet fussy, but it does seem to like the H&N range. This is matched with H&N field target trophies, and it done really well with those. It didn't do badly at all, to be honest with you. Would have done a 135, I think, if tuned a little bit better. The problem being, when I tuned the gun, I had got it smack on bullseye. When it come to its test and review, it had dropped slightly for whatever reason that be, but through the middle of the test you'll notice I had to go a couple of clicks up and it was fine. After that it was hitting bullseye after bullseye and it done fantastically well. Loading the magazine on this, not a simple case of pulling the cocking lever back and sliding a new magazine in. These are metal magazines. They're very much, as I say again, like the Walther Rotex magazine, to be fair, or in some ways as well, if you've seen the Viroc magazines, they're very much like those. They're metal ones and they self-rotate inside there. But when you cock the lever back, you also have to put, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a gold, you have to push that forward and up, and that's to tap the magazine in, and then you have to lock it down and pull it back to insert it and then cock your lever to start firing. It's a little bit faffy, but nothing major, but something I thought I'd point out. Now obviously you've got the cheek razor on this, always handy depending on how well you're going to have your scope. This seems to have high mounts on it. I didn't fit this scope, by the way, so it does seem to have a set of high mounts on it, and it seems to suit it quite well. With the height there, you could probably go to a medium mount and get away with it, just dropping there. I'd say you've got a maybe quarter to half an inch gap there, so you could probably put a medium mount on there and get away with it. All in all, the gun is a very capable gun. It's accuracy wise, you do feel quite confident with it. It gives you an air of confidence. Now as soon as you stick that crosshairs on that target, you know it's going to be there. The only thing that I'm a little bit worried about is that filling up. It does say 190 bar, as I say. To keep this on accurate, you would need to say about 175, 180. I'd keep it, at that. Now I'm going off, as I say, I can't see the gauge on this, so I'm going off the gauge on my compressor to say how much has gone in, and I've been sticking it to about 175, and it seems to hold the accuracy at that. The other thing I've noticed, and this is a strange one, if you leave it in the bag and pick it up, it does lose its zero. Don't know why, and it takes about 10 to 15 shots to get it back to zero. No idea why. No idea why at all. Unless there's some kind of leak somewhere, but I've not seen any air go missing out of the cylinder as such, or I've not seen anything that alerts me to there is a leak. But it may just be valve settle or something like that. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. Now, all that being said, the stippling around the handle is nice. The stippling in the forearm is lovely, and it is a solid gun to shoot. So it might sound like I'm a little bit nitpicky with the gun and saying there's the little bit of four balls, this, that and the other, but they're nothing major. They're nothing really to worry about. It's just a matter of getting used to the gun. And so I've had this gun for about a week, and I've probably put maximum 80 shots through it at the moment. And I'm still getting used to the gun. But I know now that I don't fill it up to the 190 bar, I stick to about 175. And you also know just to take a couple of shots of it before you actually do any filming with it, just to make sure that the zero hasn't gone missing again like it does. It comes back like it just takes a little bit to settle, but that doesn't happen every time. I mean, I filmed 2 videos with this gun today. I filmed its pellet test, and then straight after I done the test and review, which I'm doing now. In between that I did a fill up to back up to 175 bar to make sure that it's got plenty of air in for obviously its chronograph test and to do its accuracy test. And it didn't really move much at all. It was quite alright. The only thing I found is that I said when we started the pellet test, when we started the accuracy test, the 135 test shall we say, it had dropped down slightly, but and that stopped it getting to 135, I think. I really do think that was the problem. If it had been, if it had held the zero that I set on it, it would have hit 135, no problem at all. But it escaped with the second shot. That was just inside the red. The first shot was just slightly out the red, and I've got to be honest with the, with the count up. So I've got to give it a 133. But I think zeroed perfectly. This would have done the 135. That's without a doubt. So all in all, to sum this gun up, would I recommend it? yes, is this gun perfect? Wouldn't say perfect. It's got a little bit of foibles, but it's things that you can get used to and you can make the gun work around you. It's just a matter of getting familiarised with this gun and getting used to the way it works. So all that being said, yes, I would recommend one. They're very, very accurate, I've got to be honest with you. If you've got one that's sorted, this is going to hit everything you want it to hit. It's got power, so it'll take it out whatever it needs to take out. So yeah, I will give it my seal of approval, but as I say, just familiarise yourself with the gun, use it for quite a bit of time and get used to that little bit of fluctuation in how it likes to be set with its power, with its air cylinder being at around 175, and also don't forget a couple of shots to let that make sure that zero's still there. I mean, I've got the gun, you know, I'm not sure now if we've left this gun for a while. I can still see a targeting down there. So if I'm going to take one shot now, it's been sat there while me and you have been talking. Let's have a see whether it'll hit the target that I'm aiming for now. Perfectly. So obviously it's not a matter of it being sat for a while and it loses its zero, is it? Because that's been sat there at least a good few minutes while we've been doing this chat, and it's still exactly where I've just aimed it at, so there's no problem at all. So it could be just a matter of when I've just refilled it before the start of the accuracy test, it's just settling again from the the refill of air. So it's just something to look out for. But yeah, I like the gun. I mean, accuracy wise, you can't fault it. It hits what you want it to hit, and that's all you really want to do with any air gun. Is if you put that crosshairs on something, you want to hit it, and this will do that. It'll do no problem at all. Those little lock-ons with the magazine and the automatic safety, people will get used to it, and it'll be fine. It's not a new gun by any stretch of the imagination, the AT4410. It's been out for quite some time now. I think they did a regen on it somewhere in between and changed a few things. I'm unsure whether this is Gen 1 or Gen 2. I should have really asked when I picked it up, but I just asked for an AT44 and that's what I got. All that being said, it's got the thumbs up today. The Hatsan AT44, good scores on its test and review. Look forward now to putting it into the Battle League and let's see what it can do up against our other guns. And that's where I'll see you next. It'll be the start of our Battle League. This is the last gun I'll be reviewing for a while now as we go to Battle League. So I'll see you there. Bye bye. Don't forget, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe, it's free, and you'll keep up with every one of the Battle League matches as they come on. There'll be one a day coming on now. I do skip a Saturday because nobody seems to be interested in watching videos on a Saturday. It's obviously a bit of a family day, shall we say, for the people who've just finished work, and then so I don't bother with a Saturday. But there'll be one every day except Saturday, and obviously if you subscribe you'll get warning of when that's going to be released. It's usually at 5 o'clock of an evening. Thank you, bye bye.